What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from Cigar City Brewing, and they are headquartered in Tampa, Florida, and this is their Cubano-Style Espresso Brown Ale. So this is a brown ale brewed with coffee, vanilla, and cacao nibs. It comes in at 5.5% alcohol by volume, 25 IBUs, and at the time of review, this can is approximately 7 weeks old. I want to give a huge thanks, shout out once again to a very good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Gregory, for this beer. So big thanks to him. In the description box, I'll post a link to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies he sent my way, and he sent me 4 different beers. This was one of them, and I'm really excited to give this one a go because, full disclosure, I have not only had this one before, but I reviewed it. So in the top right-hand corner of the video, you can click on it and it will take you to the review I did back in November of 2018. So over 6.5 years ago, I reviewed this one and had it for the first time ever, and I really enjoyed it back then. I used to say I didn't really like brown ales, but this was really nice. I don't remember what I exactly said about it because I didn't go look at the review, but I did see it on tap that I gave this one a 4 out of 5. Nowadays, I like brown ales a little bit more. The one difference, though, I noticed from back then and now is that this one is brewed now with vanilla instead of lactose. I don't know if they still have lactose in here and they're not mentioning it, but that one was just coffee, cacao nibs, and lactose. This one replaces the lactose, the vanilla. On the side here, it says, this English-style brown ale is brewed with a heap of Cuban-style espresso beans from Tampa's Buddy Brew Coffee. Vanilla and cacao are added as well, creating a bold ale that brings to mind a fine cup of Cuban coffee. So yeah, really cool that Gregory sent this one to me. Like I said, it's always fun re-reviewing beer, especially if you haven't had it in a long time. And when it comes to Cigar City here in the West New York area, more specifically Buffalo, New York area, we don't see their stuff as much as we used to. We get High Lie and maybe a couple of their other year-round offerings, occasional seasonals, but I haven't seen this in years, so I'm really pumped about it. So let's give it a pour into the glass here and see what we got going on. But I'm expecting this one to be pretty damn good. Only one way to find out: drink it and review it, right? So yeah, we'll throw this one over here. I know Gregory likes this one a lot, and he had to get his hands on some because they just brought it out. I think it was towards the end of March. Anyway, what does that look like? Well, let me get rid of my stupid, yeah, you can see my paw prints everywhere on here. But anyway, let me do a little bit of a swirl here. But yeah, that looks beautiful. That looks like a brown ale of some sort. Has like a nice dark brown color. Bust out the contraband flashlight. Yeah, as you can see, it has more of like a, say like a brown color at the bottom through it. Yeah, it has more of like that chestnut brown. It's not straight up super dark brown like you're seeing. But in person, what I'm looking at, what you're looking at, exactly the same, like to a T. It looks exactly how it should. It had about a half finger of this nice, very lightly tan colored head. And then, yeah, I'll say that it has more of a darker brown kind of body to it. So let's get a nose. So when I reviewed this one a couple years back, 6.5 years ago, just over 6.5 years ago, I don't remember the coffee being as dominant as it is right now. This smells like a freshly brewed cup of coffee. Espresso beans for sure, huge. I'd say like medium to dark roasted coffee. Like that's the intensity I'm getting. But then I'm getting a mocha vibe because the cacao beans are kind of mixing in with the coffee and giving me just a mocha kind of feeling. It smells like it's going to be sweet. Of course, you can't smell sweetness, but the perceived sweetness is here. Maybe the vanilla, it's almost like you have, a cup of coffee. I've never had like Cuban coffee before. I don't know what that entails, but with these, additions of vanilla and cacao and whatnot, I'd imagine it's like a sweeter, or at the very least has like a milky kind of vibe to it. They used to use lactose, now they use vanilla, and it kind of has that. Like you had like a nice espresso, but with like a decent amount of cream in it. Touch of like a nuttiness, toasted brown bread. Dude, this smells amazing. Holy shit. Like the intensity of coffee is unmistakable here. And again, I don't remember. I should have went and looked at the review, but maybe not. I say that a lot, but then I'm thinking to myself, wouldn't I rather re-review this, not remembering exactly what I thought about it 6.5 years ago, because I don't want to go look at that one and then be influenced. So if you want to see what I saw about that one, click on the link or go check that video out on my channel. But for me, I don't remember being this intense with the coffee. It smells delightful. Let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Thanks again, Gregory. Oh yeah. If you're a coffee lover and you can get your hands on this, whether you're in Tampa or in Florida, or if they get distro of this outside of the state at this point, I'm not really sure. A lot of things happening with Cigar City. They're owned by Monster now, and they closed like the brew pub there in Tampa, and I don't know what they're doing with the brand, but obviously they're still brewing stuff like this. If you can get your hands on this and you see it locally and you like coffee and brown ales, like you got to grab this one. Buying this like medium, maybe a touch under medium, 5.5%. I'm cool with it. The mouthfeel has a nice moderate carbonation, but it's still smooth and a little bit creamy on the palate, especially on the second half as it goes down. The taste, it's just front to back an attack of espresso beans. Like, it's very deeply roasted and intense coffee. So if you don't like coffee, stay away from this one. But if you're going to buy a Cubano espresso brown ale, or Cubano-Style Espresso Brown Ale, like, yeah. Now I'm thinking, if I said Cuban-style espresso brown at the beginning, that's not me. This is the Beer PaTroll. We don't know what we're doing most of the time. It's Cubano-style espresso brown ale. But yeah, front to back, tons of like just rich coffee. Underneath it, toasted brown bread, a little bit of nuttiness. That mocha vibe I'm getting like halfway through the palates there. A little bit of vanilla on the edges, and then it hits more on the finish. So it intertwines the mocha character with the vanilla and becomes like a cup of coffee. Like a nice like almost, I guess it would be a Cuban cup of coffee. Like, I guess that's what that kind of is, but it has more of like a vanilla milky kind of feel to it on the finish. I don't know if they're using lactose. Like I said, they don't have to say that anymore, but the fact that it said it on the old can and now it just doesn't say it on here, it says vanilla, I think they maybe switched to vanilla. I'd rather drink this than my morning cup of coffee. It's just beautiful flavors, 5.5%, you can't tell. The finish has a nice residual sweetness, but it still has a nice semi-dry kind of quality to it. It's mild to moderately bitter from the espresso, has nice like a bitter and coffee component. So this is pretty well balanced. Maybe leans a little bit sweet, like 55-45 sweetness to dryness and bitterness. But this is beautifully done beer. And I gave this a 4 out of 5 back 6.5 years ago. And I'm enjoying brown ales more, and I appreciate beers like this more nowadays. So it's going to get a little bit higher of a grade because this is something that's more in my wheelhouse nowadays. I do like that slightly bittering, kind of dry finish to it. I could crush, like, if I wasn't reviewing this is probably going down like 10 minutes. Like, it's super, despite the complexity and the intensity to the coffee and the other adjuncts and just the base beer as a whole, it's very drinkable and approachable from at least my palate. And that says a lot. Honestly, it says a lot when you get a complex beer like this with many adjuncts that still remains drinkable, and I just wanted to keep on taking sips because it's so tasty. So I'm not going to go super high, but I'm going to give it a bit higher score than I did last time. So Cubano-Style Espresso Brown Ale from Cigar City. I am going to give this a low 4.25 or 4.2. They did a great job with this. They did a great job with it last time. I just didn't appreciate brown ales as much, but if you're somebody who likes these type of flavors, like, I can't see you not digging this to some extent because it's a really, really tasty. Anyway, price point availability, this is where I don't know. So, Gregory, what did you pay for? I'd imagine these come in 6-packs, if not 4-packs, but I'm pretty sure 6-packs. I would assume anywhere between like $12 to $15 a 6-pack would be fine by me. I think the Maduro Brown Ale is usually in the $10 to $12 range, so if this was like $12 to $15, I'd be okay with it. I wouldn't pay probably more than $3 a can. Probably like $2.79 a can would be, I think, reasonable, but Gregory, let me know, or anybody else, let me know if you can get your hands on this one. And then availability, I have no idea with Cigar City anymore. Like I said, they've been through a lot the last couple of years. Here in the Buffalo, New York area, we get High Life, we get Maduro Brown Ale, we get a couple others. Sometimes I have yet to see the Imperial High Life. I'd like to. A lot of people say that's really good. I like to review that one, but I haven't seen it. But I have not seen this one in years, so that's a bummer. But I wish we did see it because it's a damn good beer. So if you've had this one before, please post in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about it. If you've had this one recently, what did you think about it? If you had it, like I did, 6-7 years apart, did you think it was great? Did you think it was lacking? What is the case? Or what is the case? What is the case? Did I say what is the case? Whatever is the case, I would love to hear from you. So huge thanks to Gregory. I'm going to review the Giln that I have, which is Angry Chair and Brew Host. And then I also have the Great Lakes Blackout Stout that I'll probably review later this year. The other one, the Last Snow from Funky Buddha that he sent me, I already shared that with local friends and we had a great time. A lot of people haven't had that beer in years, and we shared it and it was still just as tasty as ever. So thanks again, Gregory, for everything. Thanks for stopping by for this beer review. Until the next one, cheers. Did I say 5.5%? Yeah, there's nothing in the chest, nothing on the palate. It's 5.5%. I don't expect it. Cheers.